Good afternoon, Wilderness members. Hope you've had a wonderful summer. We look forward to seeing you back home here at Wilderness, whether you're arriving shortly or in the next couple weeks. For those of you who caught some of the Ryder Cup up at Whistling Straits a few weeks ago, or even if you caught some highlights, you might have seen one shot in particular where Jordan Spieth was on a very severe uphill lie near the green. And in his case, he was actually very close to Lake Michigan as well. So if you saw any of the highlights, you would have seen him hit this miraculous flop shot that went about 30 feet in the air. But because he was on such a slope, he lost his footing and he ended up jogging down the hill and literally almost ending up in Lake Michigan. Now, thankfully, here at Wilderness and in Florida in general, we don't have as severe of terrain, but we certainly do have some undulation, especially as we get closer to the greens. So, what can we take away from Jordan Spieth's flop shot that can help us here at Wilderness? I'm going to make myself right-handed for just a second here. When you watch the clip of Jordan hitting this flop shot, you're going to notice that his club head, through impact, is traveling out to the right or away from his body. Okay, now that's a key move when we are on an uphill lie. Why? Well, as I make myself left-handed again, when we're on an uphill lie, we need to shallow out our swing. If we don't shallow out our swing, we will end up having too steep of a swing and we will collide with the hill too soon and we'll probably end up having a shot that's more of a chunked shot. Okay? So in order to move our club more in line with the slope or the uphill lie that we're on, we're going to practice in our practice swings, moving the club more away from us. Okay? So my swing feels like, for me, it's going out to the left as a lefty. For you, it'll feel like it's going out to the right as a righty. And as you can tell, it's more of a shape of a U rather than a V. And that's a shallow motion that's going to help the club travel along the hill rather than into the hill. All right, so we're at the back side of our short game area here. And their first flag is about 25 yards from where we're standing. I'm going to go ahead and work through this shot. It won't be as exciting or severe as Jordan Spieth was, but we're going to try in our practice swings to find an area similar to the ground we'll be standing on when we're over the ball. We're going to make some swings where our club head moves out away from us to shallow it out, and then we will repeat when we get up to the ball. Okay, so at this point in time, this club head, I'm trying to keep this club head out and away from me, because if I did the opposite and I let it cross over like this, as you can tell with that motion, that would have been much more steep and I would have had a chunked shot. Okay? But we can learn from that as well. So if we're on an uphill lie, we want to swing more out away from us to shallow our swing. Guess what we're going to do on a downhill lie? The exact opposite. On a downhill lie, the ground is higher over here. We need a steeper motion to make contact with the ball first instead of the ground first. All right, so in this case, I'm actually going to try to swing more into my body or across my body because that makes my swing steeper. It'll feel more like a V shape. Sue is a wonderful camera person. I'm going to hit a little shot towards you. Don't worry, it's not going to go too far. But if I were to hit a little shot here, I'll make some practice swings on a similar terrain. And then in this case, I'm going to try to get the club to move across my body. It makes it a steeper motion. It's going to help me hit the ball more cleanly rather than the hill behind the ball. All right, so if I went ahead and did that in slow motion, so there's no camera trouble here, I'm going to move the club across me this way. And if you heard the sound of the ball first, that's indicative of a steep enough swing for this circumstance. So what we learned from Jordan Spieth is this. When we're on an uphill lie, we're going to move that club head more away from us to shallow out our swing. And when we're on a downhill lie, we're going to move the club head closer to us to make our swing more steep. I hope this helps you when you chip around the greens at Wilderness. Certainly look forward to seeing you soon, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us in the golf shop. Thank you, and have a great day.